Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My very first video. Any criticism, constructive or otherwise, would be a great help. I've decided for our first game to do full classic baseball. I'm going to do game 1 of the 1968 World Series, using the as-played lineups and as-played pitching changes for relievers if needed. Probably won't be. You got Bob Gibson going up against Denny McLain. It's a great matchup. This game hasn't got a lot of airplay, so I'll explain it briefly as I go along, so you know what you're looking at on the cards. If there's interest in it, people want, I'll be more than happy to do a tutorial on it. It's a really good game, but doesn't get as much airplay as Strat and APA and Inside Pitch lately. So, starting lineup for the Tigers. You got Dick McAuliffe at second base, Mickey Stanley at short, Al Kaline in right, Norm Cash at first, Willie Horton in left, Jim Northrup in center, Bill Freehand catching, Don Wirt at second base, and Denny McLain is on the mound. For the Cardinals, Lou Brock playing left, batting first, of course. Center fielder is Curt Flood. Right field will be Roger Maris. First base, Orlando Cepeda. Batting fifth is Tim McCarver. Catching. Third baseman, Mike Shannon. Second base, Julian Javier. Shortstop will be Dal Maxville. And on the mound, Bob Gibson. Okay, now the way this game works, real quick, is that the starting pitcher and relief pitchers have to do, when they first come into the game, before they face anybody, they do a warm-up roll on the D20. That'll determine which column they're going to use for the game. There's their A stuff, which means they have really good stuff. There's B, which is normal, and C, which is they're probably not going to have their best stuff. So we'll roll a 20 for Gibson. That's a 16. That's going to be in his C column. So any readings that come off the pitcher's card will use Gibson's C column. The dice are rolled, and you look at the batter's card first. They're red APA style, red die first, white die second. The 20 is an outlier. That is for to determine where outs and hits wind up and what field they're hit to for base runner advancement. All right, so let's get started. Dick McAuliffe is going to roll first. You got a 33 that goes to the top of his card. With a 6 on the 20, that's a single for McAuliffe. That's a good start. This game does have an auto-stealing system, which I use. If there would be a plus after that, it would be a steal attempt. There is no plus, so no steal. So you got McAuliffe on first, nobody out for Mickey Stanley. There's the pitch. 21 is an out. You look at the D20 as a 9. 9 is a fly out to right, no base runner advancement. So he flies out to right. One out, man on first for Kaline. Kaline rolls a 34. That's blank. When it's blank, you go to the pitcher's card with the same number. 34 in his C column, Gibson is an out. A 4 is a ground out to second base. Now you got to see if they turn a double play. If the white die is a 1, he advances, so that's not the case. It is a double play. Unless Javier's arm at second base is weak. He has an average arm, so Kaline hits into a 4-6-3 double play. That'll end the first inning. And it's just that simple. There's not much chart lookups, which is good. A lot of guys don't like chart lookups. That's, like I said, I plan on doing a full tutorial if there's interest in the game. If not, I'll probably, I'm going to play some APA. I have some hockey lined up I would like to get in on. Inside the crease and various other games. Okay, so Lou Brock is going to lead off the bottom of the first against McLain. McLain will do his warm-up roll. And he rolls a 13, which is his B column. So that's what we'll be looking at if any rolls go to his card. Lou Brock is up. 21 on Brock is an out. A 15 is a ground ball depending on what side he bats on. He's a left-handed batter, so Brock grounds out to first. I have that chart off on the side, and that's what I'm reading off it. There's no need to show it. It does the job. And like I said, if I do a tutorial, then I'll go through all the charts and what you get if you buy the game and all that jazz. Kurt Flood is up. 61 for Flood is a blank. You go to McLean's card for a 61, and it's a strikeout. Flood sits down. 2 outs for Roger Maris. Roll is at 26. Here's where the splits come into play. If the pitcher is a righty, which he is, TR means throws right, it's a single. If it wasn't, we would look at the 20 die, and that would determine the out. So it's a single for Maris. And if you want to get fancy, that's a single to right, according to the chart. If you want to visualize. So you have Maris on first, 2 outs for Orlando Cepeda. Pitch to Cepeda is a 51. Okay, wow, we're getting every possible thing we can get here. 51 is what they call a KD defense check. The first thing you do when you get that reading is you look at the 20. The 20 die is a 1. You go to McLean's column under KD. That 4, from 1, 2, 3, or 4 would be a strikeout. It's a 1. Cepeda strikes out, stranding Maris at first, and that's the end of the first inning. We're going to go to the top of the second. This setup is subject to change. I'm trying to work around a tripod that I have in front of me. My son is going to give me a better tripod tomorrow that may be better. I can do an over-the-shoulder thing. Right now, it's right here on the blade field, so I have to kind of work around it. No big deal. It's a small footprint. Top of the second, Norm Cash against Gibson. Cash rolls an 11. 11, you go up here, that's a strikeout. Gibson sits down Cash. 1 out for Willie Horton. Horton rolls a 13. That's a single if it's a 1. 20-sided die is a 2. So you go to the other side of the slash. Horton strikes out. Gibson, 2 strikeouts this inning. Jim Northrup is up. Northrup rolls a 44. You go to the top of the card. Double if it's a 1 to 3. It's not. It's a 19, so everything else is a single. Single to right for Northrup. Northrup's on first, 2 outs. Bill Freehand. 64 is a blank. Gibson, remember, is a C pitcher. 64 is a strikeout. Gibson strikes out the side with a Northrup single sandwiched in there. So, at the end of 1.5, no score. Just change these cards out. Tim McCarver against Denny McLean. So, the pitch to McCarver is doubles. 55 is a double if it's a 2. A single if it's a 3 to a 16. That's a single plus, which means single with a stolen base attempt. It's over 16, rolls a 17, so it's just a straight single. No stolen base attempt this round for McCarver. So you get McCarver on first. No outs for Mike Shannon. I don't know if I want to sacrifice. Nah, it's kind of early. I'll let him swing. Shannon will swing. 65 is a home run check. 65 says home run P, which means you go to the pitcher card. McLean is pitching with his B stuff. If this is a 1 to 9, it's a home run. 20-sided die is an 8. Mike Shannon, with a 2-run blast, puts the Cardinals up 2-0, scoring McCarver. Two 2-0 St. Louis. No outs for Julian Hobby. 26, it's a split check. If he throws left, it's a single. He's a righty. So that's an out. You look at the 20s and 19. 7, 8, and 9 are flies out to left, center, and right, respectively. 17, 18, 19 is the same thing. So 19 is a fly out to right. 1 out. Gal Maxville. 21 is an automatic out. Don't have to check the pitcher's card. 2 is a pop out. You look at the white die. He bats righty. That's a pop out to first. There are fat cards that they sell for this game. I like using the 20. It's just quicker for me, just to glance up and look at the chart than flipping another card. 2 outs, nobody on for Bob Gibson. Not a bad hitting pitcher. Gibson rolls a 54. Okay, that's well, I'm getting a little bit of everything. It's kind of good, actually. 54 is what they call the Wilder chart. When you roll a 54, there's a chart that I have off on the side. It says base is empty, wild. You look at the 8. You look at the 20-sided die as an 8. If it says base is empty, you go to the Wilder chart and you roll the 20. 16. It's kind of like a rare play mechanism. 16, it's a foul pop-up down the line. The first baseman is fighting it. So he hits a foul ball down the line. Norm Cash is fighting the foul ball. You roll the dice. If it's less than or equal to his E rating, they're based on 1 to 20, with 20 being the worst for error rating. His rating is an 8. So 1 to 8, he drops it. Batter still gets another chance to hit. If it's over an 8, he catches it. 14. So it's a pop-out foul to first. Cash makes the play. Cardinals score 2 on the home run. End of 2. It's 2-0 St. Louis. Gibson fouls out. Top of the third. Third baseman, Don Wirt. Lead off against Gibson. And 34 is a blank. Gibson C on the 34 is an out. A 13 goes by what side of the plate he bats on. He's a right-handed hitter. That's a ground out to short. Word grounds out to short. 1 out for Denny McLean. Okay. Try that again. 56 is a blank. Gibson's card 56 is a strikeout. Even with C stuff, Gibson's card is pretty monster. 2 outs, nobody on for Dick McAuliffe. Top of the order, he singled his first time up. 32, no X means, I'll go over that briefly. An X after a reading means it's an automatic double play if it's a ground